Jaguars and the New Orleans Saints. Have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. Here's a Louisiana native from the town of Jennings. It's Travis Etienne. And this will be a Jaguars first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
Here we go. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Another toe for Etienne. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And so we're in the maneuver. Touchdown, Jaguars. This is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you've gone somewhere, but you really have. You're in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. Here's Johnson set and ready to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Jameis to throw it. On the check down, he finds Kamara. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. The Saints at 2-0 here to begin the season. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Winston to give. It's commit. And it's a fumble. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did.
You remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills and, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble.
Yeah. You got bombers. You got bombers. Away.
ETN up the middle. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. This defense for the Saints, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
On second down, ETN once more. And some space here. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 86 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
On the ground with a tight end. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on second and goal. Handoff running left is ETN. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. They'll try to run with ETN. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Field goal unit and Brian Johnson out there. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And Johnson's kick is good. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Second down and 7. Throwing, Winston. That's into the hands of Pascal. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a 1st down.
A 7-yard gain. That's good for the Saints. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
From the gun, it's a run for... And he loses the football a 2nd time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Now Winston. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
And he gets us to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down and needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down. And they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down. But guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
36 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done. So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
A give to ETN running right. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
On second down, ETN once more. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
On third down, Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Hunter Nice-Swander on to punt now on 4th down. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Harris to return. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
A first down throw for Winston. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Meanwhile, Winston's throw complete there to Thomas. A breakaway for Michael Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints have got it back to within a score. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good.
Will Lutz to kick off 41.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession in the first half.
Yeah, this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
From the 29, Lawrence. He'll get this off to ETN. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. ETN bringing in another one. And some room to work. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Straight ahead, ETN. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's a give to ETN, and he is going to lose yardage here. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Johnson's kick is good, and that'll open the lead up to a touchdown now at 13-6. So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this one is incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Winston. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Andre Sisco. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A give, running right, ETN. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. ETN once more. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Okay, didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling him in the huddle right now.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Winston. It's caught by Aguilar. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Off the play fake, Winston. Open man is the tight end, Troutman. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And some room to roam now. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 86 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To throw, Winston. He's got it. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? A carry here for the big tight end. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of 2. Now third down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. Kamara will score. Touchdown, New Orleans. So that now 6 touchdowns for him on the ground here so far this year, Charles. And it's week 3. What kind of a season might he be embarking on?
Well, we both know health time fluctuates early. And they're going to ride him a lot as this year goes on. But one other thing to keep in mind, as you keep having success, you actually have built up some momentum. Your body responds to that as well. So I see no reason for this to slow down anytime soon.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball.
Throwing again on second down. Lawrence. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Now Lawrence to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Connor. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the third downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the third quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
A handoff for Etienne, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
From the 41, Lawrence. He'll drop that underneath ETN. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They go play action now. Lawrence. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Back to the ground with ETN. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Demario Davis there on the stop. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call. In that situation, sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now, if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind, trying to figure out, do I need to blitz it? Do I need to pressure it? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
Think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches are giving him, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. He's giving him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
I'm ready.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll run. It's Etienne. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
Lawrence will throw. He targets Ingram for another grab. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that will bring up second down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Here's Etienne. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 118 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all game long. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Now Lawrence. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. He's got a man, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give him 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Finds his tight end Ingram. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down. Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
Just a little too lackadaisical, Charles, and they didn't get up and snap the ball in time. Delay of game.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if he understood where the clock was located. In different stadiums, it's in different places. You have to check that in pregame and make sure you're aware so you don't run into penalties like these.
The slot man in motion right. Lawrence. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down. That one checks all the boxes, doesn't it? You get the first down, check. Get out of bounds, stop the clock, check.
Well, how about one last check? Keep your quarterback from getting hit. That's a big check.
Yeah, check there as well. Good call. And they'll run with Etienne. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Here's Lawrence. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. It's a big play, yet amazingly, because of how far they had to go, they're still looking at a 2nd down here.
It's so important to tackle well against these guys, but you and I both know it's easier said than done when the guy you're trying to tackle looks like this guy.
And it's usually going to take more than one man to get him down, and it did right there. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll try to run with ETN. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Jaguars answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. And Johnson's extra point up and good. So it's now a 3-point game here in the closing stages as a field goal now can only tie it. Here's Johnson set and ready to kick this one away. And we will not see a run back here from Harris. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Winston to give. It's Kamara. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Winston. And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. And the Jags have just about sewn up this football game. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
6 yards left on second down. Another toe for ETN. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
They'll run with ETN. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. It's a pickup of 2, and that's good enough to just about right a finish to this one.
2 yards. First down, Jaguars.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. They go down to a knee and a sigh of relief as they are into the win column for the first time this year. What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So for Jacksonville, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins.